for having your mindful secretary with you. Somebody has something that can talk about it. So you can go back and from United Youth, somebody else.
For somebody, I'm not ready.
Get the best of news, views, and entertainment on Truth FM 96.1.
Bridget.
Take back your child.
Yeah, I'm not for vision.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, Liberia. Good morning, Liberians, non-Liberians. Welcome to Her Voice. This is a 1-hour program brought to you by Water Aid Liberia, together with the Liberia Watch Consortium, with funding from Irish Aid. Well, this program is aired on Truth FM every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Her Voice is a platform dedicated mainly to issues that surround women and girls, providing a forum to discuss and elevate their voices on issues related to water, sanitation, and hygiene watch for short. So we aim to share knowledge and information, influence decision making, encourage collaboration, and generate ideas to enhance women's access to sustainable health services through clean water, proper sanitation facilities, good hygiene practices, nutrition, and sexual reproductive health and rights. Our goal is to empower women by enabling them to access and afford these crucial services, thereby improving their overall health and well-being. Well, my name is Magdalene Fenasa. I'm here along with Princess Zuza. And we're going to be here up to 12 noon. So today on this program, we will be getting updates from the Legislative Watch Caucus Secretariat, and we'll also have with us in studio executives from the United Youth. It's all about watch. It's all about promoting water, sanitation, and hygiene. Watch for short. Okay, yes, Oba. Yes, it's good to be here this morning. Princess, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, Marilyn. How are you?
Yeah, how was your night?
My night was wonderful. And you? Are you still?
Okay, so before we go to our guests, I want you to take 20 seconds and tell us about watch. What do what have actually motivated you? What have you seen around with regards to water, sanitation, and hygiene?
Well,
What you would also like to tell people, young women and adults, male, female, across 20 seconds.
when it has to do with watch, one of the basic things
You can even you
about
can
it is that
yeah.
it helps teaches you about your health.
Okay.
Yeah, the sanitation part also tells you how to take care of your home, keep your environment clean, keep your home clean, wash your hands every time. In fact, that's the main part of the whole thing, washing your hands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so during the COVID, everybody was like, we gotta wash our hands. Buckets were everywhere at public, private institutions, and you have to do it. It was mandatory.
Yeah.
Well,
Now,
now, so yeah, with no waste of time, let's now join our guest. Yes, we're going to have a wonderful discussion this morning, and do not go away. Just stick around as we have a wonderful time this morning discussing better ways to improve the wash sector. Good morning, sir. It's good to have you both here this morning.
Thank you, Madeline.
Okay, so yes, I'll give you a few seconds to introduce yourselves, and then we get the ball rolling.
All right, it's a pleasure being here. My name is Dekunti Weir, and I work for United Youth, and I serve as head of finance and administration,
Okay.
a partner to WaterAid.
Okay, thank you. I'm Gaje Emmanuel Juniors, and I am a member of the 55th Legislative White Caucus,
Okay.
and I do represent the Honorable Office of Honorable Jerry Cordova Yokwa as member on the caucus.
So, well, Gaji and Dekunti is good to have you both here, and yeah, along with Princess, and we're going to have a really wonderful time discussing ways we can improve the watch sector. So, let me begin with the secretariat. I'd like you to tell us. Let's pretend we don't we don't know the activities of the secretariat, and for the sake of the public, give us an overview of the legislative watch caucus secretariat. That's the LWCS, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
All right. So this is a wonderful body, a group of young men and women that have seen the need to take the issue that has to do with WASH to another level, to mobilizing the support of our lawmakers. So at the level of the caucus, we have the lawmakers as members, and they have positions, and those from their offices are there representing them to feed them with day-to-day activity of the caucus. The caucus is an advocacy group ensuring that we have the proper application and practice of WASH out there. As we all know, that WASH is very important, it's very cardinal in our society, and it is something that we cannot do away with.
Okay. Well, yes, advocacy group. So, how many of you part of members of the secretariat?
We currently a little over 50
Wow.
as members from the offices of our bosses, that is the
Are
lawmakers.
you still recruiting?
We are still recruiting.
Okay.
In a much that WASH issue is not an easy issue, it need more manpower.
Okay.
So if we even get up to 1,000, we will need them because we are not just limited to Maserado County. We are talking about the Republic of Liberia. So if we even have 1,000 cannot serve the purpose of the caucus. Yeah. So like I rightly said, we have currently a little over 37 lawmakers as members on the caucus, and from their offices, we have a little over 2 persons representing to ensure that the work and messages go forward.
Okay, that's wonderful. So let me give you another one before coming to Deconti. Let's talk about your recent activities. I mean, from January to now, we are in April. Have you had any, activity and you would like to share with us?
Yeah, there are a lot of activities that we have had over the short period of time, and
2024, right?
yeah, 2024.
Okay.
Before going forward, let me just take this moment to just appreciate our hardworking secretary here, Mr. Timothy Kwe. He has been a very wonderful guy along with the team there at the office. And there are a lot of activity we have had over the time. And if you take a mental flat back to the days of WASH activity at the level of the capital, you will look at 2016. 2016, it all started even before 2016, but it came to light to the organization. And then the guys have been fighting over the time. So within the space of this short period of time, there have been immense progress and huge gain over the time. Right now, WASH is a standing committee at the level of the legislature. And right now, we were able to recruit more lawmakers that will be able to mobilize support for WASH activity in our country. Remember that you can have all of the policies, you can have all of the plan, but when you do not have people to push these things, it will be difficult for them to come to fruition or for you to actually see the real thing for which you are rating. But we have our lawmakers right there now. And then just recently, uh, on the 17th of April 2024, we were able to bring together scores of actors and stakeholders and decision makers in the issue of what at the Capitol building, and we had water aid, and you can name them all. And in our meeting, we were able to review the WASH budget. Remember that WASH is important at various agencies and ministries. You have a WASH section there. So the budget crafted, there are funds allocated for WASH at those institutions. So we were asking those institutions through our members, the lawmakers, they were all there to tell us directly what are those funny indirect impact on WASH at the level of their institutions. So it was a wonderful gathering, and there were a lot of lessons learned.
And the outcome?
And the outcome, we realized that most of those institutions where you have WASH as an activity and budget allocated, funding in those budgets, they are not directly affecting the WASH sector. And this is very key. This is why we are experiencing a low progress as it relates to WASH activities in Liberia. And with this, trust me, we are seriously working on this, and we are going to get more data, and we will work on it and show that WASH activity try to beef up its speed in Liberia.
It's a serious challenge. Do you think it's just going to be a platform, a red carpet where you just walk on? Tell me some of the challenges you've encountered so far, you as an individual.
It is not an easy thing. Let me just take you back to happiness that motivated us to be a part of this, despite our connection with the lawmaker that led us to this place.
Mhm.
But WASH activity, like we rightly said, it is not just an easy thing.
Mhm.
It goes way back in the days when we were in school. If you realize WASH on campus, 95% of our female students don't use the bathroom. They prefer using alone the buildings in other places
Yeah, then.
because the bathroom are not hygienic. And because of that, you realize that most of our female they come down with infections. And those infections, it is all because of the harmful practices of WASH out there. And let's forget about our schools, right? Let's go to our public buildings, like our ministries and other places. If you go there, the detergents and other things that you're supposed to use, they are not really in full. So you realize that WASH activity, it is not just on a one-side issue. So considering the huge tax associated with WASH, it is not a red carpet issue.
Mhm.
It is not something to just walk over.
Yeah, yeah,
It is a serious challenge
yeah.
that needs tough people,
Mhm.
people that will be intentional,
Yeah,
and people that will be
consistent.
consistent and
Yeah.
forceful to ensure what it takes to have this happen. It is not an easy thing, but we are prepared for it.
Okay. Yeah, I like your energy and the rest of you, including your chairman. Tumedekwe, I know he's into it right now. All right, so talk about United Youth, Mr. Deconti Weah. Then it sounds like you are connected with the former president, but that's not the issue right now. Let's talk about the United Youth Chief. It's good to have you on again.
Thank you, Madeline. So United Youth is doing good. We'd like to extend our thanks and appreciation to WaterAid and the consortium for providing us a space, that we are able to carry on our advocacy. And a very big thank you goes to the speaker as well, who also see the need of prioritizing WASH along with his code of officers. Based on that, today we can probably say we have a standing committee that looks at water, sanitation, hygiene, and nutrition.
Okay.
And it's important to emphasize nutrition because there's no way we can talk about water, sanitation, hygiene, and leave out nutrition because it has a very great impact. So, like my colleague said, we've been working with the Secretariat uh, far back as 2016, and we still do. Currently, we have an office space where our executive director, Tumedikwe, serve as the head of Secretariat. So, United is pretty good.
Okay. So yeah, so let's talk about your role in to that Liberia. I mean the entire WASH sector improved. Some of those activities that you are involved with.
So basically, we involve into advocacy, but advocacy is centered around sector financing, looking
Sector financing. You care to break it down for us?
when we talk about increased budgetary allocation for water, sanitation, and hygiene. Uh, we also emphasize the need of policy strengthening. There are a lot of policy that we have concerning water sanitation, but it needs strengthening, it needs implementation, and we see the House of Representatives or the 55th legislature as a very key component to ensuring that these policy and guidelines are adhered to. So
Okay.
yes, we involve, and we also seek to improve access to safe drinking water. Currently, there are 25% of our country population that have no access to safe drinking water. 17% only have access to improved sanitation, which is troubling, and that's why we have been working with the stakeholders across the country to ensure that we prioritize the issue of water, sanitation, and hygiene, along with nutrition to improve our sector. So yes, United Youth have several activities that we've been implementing, looking at these specific integrated watch, um, washing school, washing health, and so forth.
Okay. So let's you are proudly sponsored by WaterAid.
Yeah.
Okay, so some of the main projects I probably listed a few, but some of those let's talk about some of those projects, implemented projects.
So on a water aid, they have the integrated wash where they provide toilet facility sanitation services, the construction of modern latrines, currently construction monitoring in Monrovia. And Water currently also focus on exclusive wash coverage in 2D. And exclusive means that at the end of the period over the
Mhm.
next 5 years, everyone in 2D must have access to improve water sanitation hygiene. But Water is more focused in supporting CSO as well to strengthen their voices, improve the deliverables in the sector,
Mhm.
look at the different mechanism at which they can be able to implement these activities. So yeah, Water has a force, which is a brain in Liberia to improve water and sanitation.
Okay. Princess, you want to come in?
Yeah.
Okay, preparing.
Yeah.
Okay. So your intent is to cover Liberia. But tell me, where are you, really focusing right now? Some of those counties, that are reporting more um cases that are affecting our people, and then you say those counties that are prioritized by the caucus secretariat. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much. So, like we rightly said, our focus is to cover the problem of Liberia, and it is a gradual process. And I love what you said. It is not a red carpet issue where you just have a smooth ride.
Yeah.
And to even get the lawmakers, it is something that is challenging
Mhm.
because we have to show them what we are to do and what we have and what we have done and how serious we are before we can have their attention. So just within a short space of time after election, to have 30, a little over 37 lawmakers, it was not an easy thing. It was a rocky road that we were on,
Mhm.
but yet and still we succeeded. And there are many other in the pipeline that we will be getting. So like we are trying to cover other counties, lawmakers from various counties. Right now we have the leg of Maserado County, we have Magibi, we have Bomi, Bone, and Maryland. So we are working with those counties and many others. So in as much we get the attention of the lawmaker.
Mhm.
We sell to them our platform. We tell them what we will be doing, and also to monitor organizations that are into WASH at the level of the county to the district office, right? So we are going to go far beyond. We are going to work with the county health teams as well, so we can ensure that at the actual budget or the actual thing that you said you will do for the people in terms of programming in WASH activity, those
Mhm.
things are actually done. Thank God that many of us on that program, I don't know if it was just the working of God, but it is something that was calculated and timely. That many of us on that caucus, we have a health background. So we have people from the public health background, they are
Okay.
all there. So they understand what it takes to have a WASH program at a particular place, what would be the desirable outcome, and what would be
Okay.
the effect positively on the life of the people. So we are working with all of those counties and even those that we have not gotten. In fact, our focus is not just getting the lawmaker right, but to ensure that health is being provided, is being served to every young person or every person in the Republic of Liberia. So we are working with them and we are going beyond.
Okay, so can you share with us the significant challenges you have encountered in promoting WASH initiative?
There are many challenges. One we has to do with logistic
Okay.
movement
Mhm.
because like we rightly said, we have caucus members from Maryland, right?
Okay.
To travel from here to Maryland is a difficult task. So, but with those challenges, we have means by which we overcome those challenges,
Mhm.
right? So, sometimes we like do an online presentation, like we use the media and other means by which message can reach them. But that is not enough to the caucus, right?
Mhm.
Because we have to go there on site and see what actually is going on there. Because you can right now there are thousands of people listening to us, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
There are some may call and some may even express the positive outcome of WASH activity. But you as a technician in that field or in that area, or you have gotten some knowledge in that area. When you go on the ground, it is totally different. So we have to go there in person to see what's going on, do our own study, and be able to grade those contents that are coming on. Like one thing most especially associated with the rural area, it is open defecation. That is a major wash issue that affects all of the water sources in the rural area. As we all may be aware, that most of the people in the rural area, they are using surface water for almost everything they are doing, right? So if you think open defecation is an issue, then what is the help of those people? Just put that in mind and think about it.
38% of our population practice open defecation. That means our water area is a serious problem. Let me come back to Mr. Deconti. So how do you engage communities? Sometimes when you go in these local areas, in these various communities, and you want to okay, let me begin this way. How is the reception? Because there are times where their whole mind is on politics. Because the more you go and undertake projects, they say, oh, they're picking here, or they mayor, or they woman are trying. I think she's preparing, or he or she is preparing for 2029, or somebody using, because politics are actually taking over our entire country, and people feel like people will want to use politics through these humanitarian services. So, how is the reception first? Then I'll come with the follow-up question.
Yes, so
And maybe you can also respond to that.
across the country, where we've worked, the reception is good. One thing we have over time said to the people, the issue about ownership. It's not just about looking at the politics, but water sanitation. These are your human rights.
Of course.
So we also conduct what we call the human right-based approach training that explain in details what their rights are, their obligation. So not just the service being provided, but everybody has their own part to play. So once the service is provided, we advocate you have access to safe drinking water, affordable, accessible. But then you have to pay, you have to manage, you got to own. So we try to explain to the people, and the reception is good, and they are welcoming the idea because it's something that lays with them. They are affected with the issues about waterborne diseases, lack of safe toilets for children, for example, school-going girls, lack of menstrual health hygiene at the school, girls' retention in school, it becomes a problem. But when you have these and they own it and they see it as a priority, but the reception is good.
Okay.
Honestly.
For you, it's different?
Yeah, it is actually good as well, but the beginning of everything and the inception is difficult. But over the time, the connection with the both organizational institutions, favorite trainings have already helped us in this process, right? So the issue that has to do with community entry, community exit strategies, they have been those tools that we have been using to get good reception in the field.
Okay. Yeah, so according to the Joint Monitoring Program 2021 report, 75% practice basic drinking water. Something is missing out here. 15% have access on their premises. 18% of the you would interpret this report for us. I want you to interpret the report there. You know about the report?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Yeah. So 18% access sanitation. 97% of the population has no facilities for hand washing. 38% practice open defecation. 33% of schools lack access to sanitation facilities. Right? Yeah. So what do you have to say concerning your report? I know you are aware of this report.
Okay, so yes, we are aware of the report. So it just tells you the challenges that the sector is faced.
Okay.
When you have 18% of the population, you have huge number of people practicing open defecation. It speaks to the fact that there is a need that we look at the issue about budgetary allocation that support and look at the issue about decentralization of water services,
Mhm.
in all the 15 counties. We also look at the issue about promoting citizens' participation in decision-making processes. We also look at the issues about supporting the integration of WASH into health, education, urban development, and so forth. So yes, the report just gave us an overview of what the sector looks like and how we can work with the WASH secretariat along with the caucus to improving, these statistics that the country have by supporting, strengthening policy implementation as well.
So how can somebody wants to be a part of the United Youth? How is it done? Like, do I have to apply or do I have to sign up? I mean, your group is so interesting, and I want to be a member. Now somebody is listening. I want to be a part of that group. Because they are actually fighting to ensure that we have a sustainable watch sector.
Just so our doors are open in as much as we an organization, but we still look forward to people who have interest that can promote the issue about WASH at the local level.
Voluntarily, yeah,
you know,
voluntarily.
at the community level. We can provide the support, the training that you will need to help, amplify your voice at the community level and make you that focused person that, deals with issues about water sanitation and nutrition at the community level. So across the country, even we've had several meetings with the different leaders and the stakeholders, paramount chief, clan chief, town chiefs, and so forth, and also how we can integrate the issue about WASH into the county development fund. We can't just look at the national level and say we need to support, but what is the county doing to even help themselves improve water sanitation at the local level?
Yeah, so my people, you are listening to the mail. The message is open. It's an organization, but it's open. Well, you can serve as a volunteer. Yeah, you can start from there, learning, helping, contributing, not everything. Yeah, you will get paid for.
No,
You are going to learn that, and then you will have to widen your network. Yeah, yeah. So if you are out there, well, to the United Youth, whether to any organization within your area, learn to volunteer. But this is a piece of information I have for you. In 2016, Water Air Liberia provided funding support for the establishment of the Liberia Legislative WASH
yeah,
Caucus at the legislature. On February 6, 2024, United Youth, with support from the Water Aid Liberia, officially reactivated the Legislative WASH Caucus Secretariat. The LWCS is intended to provide timely updates to lawmakers to inform them about the WASH decision making. So let's take this short break, and when we come back, we will try to interact with the public. But before then, you can listen to more WASH messages on 321. All you have to do is to dial 321, and then you get more WASH services or messages. So this program is proudly sponsored by Water Aid Liberia, and we are grateful.
Our help, our life is in your hands to make it better. That's what you do. Mama, yes, Nene. Mama, you always telling me that when we finish cooking, to be careful where we keep our food and to wash the dishes with soap and clean water and keep it in a clean dish rack. Why, Mama? Because according to the data people, it is good for us to cover our food properly and put it in a clean and safe place so rats, roaches, ants, or flies and other animals can sit down on it and leave germs on the food to make us sick. For you, Mama. Oh yes, Denny. According to the data people, we must always wash our dishes with soap and clean water. Put them on a dish rack so that rats, roaches, ants, or flies and other animals can sit down on them and leave germs on the food to make us sick. Thank you, Mama, for telling me this. From now on, we will take care of our food and dishes so that rats, roaches, ants, or flies and other animals cannot sit Satan to take us sickness. So I want everybody to always cover their food properly. Wash their dishes with soap and clean water. Then put it on a dish rack so that animals can play in it. Then it will prevent sickness.
This is a campaign for healthcare compensation from the National Corporate Health Safety of Liberia, Ministry of Health, Wash Foundation, with support from Water Aid.
Our health, our life is in our hands to make it better. Let's work together.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Yes, we have with us in studio Gaje Emmanuel Juniors, a Legislative Watch Caucus member. He's representing the office of Honorable Jerry Yobo, District Number 12, Monserrado County, and we have Deconti Wia, Head of Finance and
Administration.
the United Youth for Peace. So yes, this program is proudly sponsored by Water Aid Liberia, and my name is Maidini Fenasa, along with
Princess Azusa.
All right, so we would like to interact with the public, but before going, do you have an additional information before going to the public?
Yes, so I'd just like to provide this information. On tomorrow, the Wash Caucus will be visiting Soul Clinic. Far back, some funding provided by African Development Bank, and they constructed some toilet facility, but the people have not been having access to it.
Okay.
So tomorrow they will be there. The caucus member will be there, interacting with the citizens to understand exactly what is unfolding, how they can mitigate the situation. So
Why they have not been having access to it, to those facilities?
it's a long back and forth.
But they are already constructed.
It was constructed.
I mean, you have more than one?
It's over 10, about 11 facilities.
Oh, wow.
In the Soul Clinic there. We've gone there. We've have town hall meetings with people and so forth. Engaged the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation as well. So tomorrow the lawmakers.
So they build toilet houses in Soul Clinic. Wow.
It has not been used.
Modern?
Yes. Not in use.
Not in use. Since when?
Since 2017. Over 5, 6, 7 years now. The community people can have access to it. So
but who locked the area? You are telling me, let me go there.
So you can join tomorrow.
I will take.
So those scholars are
Oh
abandoned.
my God.
So tomorrow
I thought it's just like few months. You talk about 2017. I have no access to it. Those, can you imagine? Things are happening in Liberia. All right. Okay. I will be there before that tomorrow. We gotta find out. We gotta know what's happening. You cannot. Yeah. Okay. Let's reserve our comments.
Yeah.
We will go there tomorrow, or we will want to know get the feedback on
The reason why it is not.
Yeah. We have to know. Or even you have to go there today to find out. You gotta go ahead of the secretary, the caucus.
No problem.
All right, 777-253-819. We got 20 minutes to go. We'll take calls for at least less than 10 minutes. Go back to our studio guests and then we'll call it a day. 0777-253-819, 0777-253-819. Of course, we have a member here from the Legislative Wash Caucus Secretariat, Gaje Emmanuel, and then we also have the head of finance and administration at the United Youth. Let me take the first call, then Princess will announce the other number. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. It's good to have you on.
Thank you. I call from Johnsonville, Village Community. This is Daniel Quena.
Yes, sir.
I first want to appreciate the guys in studio for the push and advocacy. United Youth is one of the strong advocacy group when it comes to WASH promotion, when it comes to WASH advancement, and everything they have said concerning the sector. Indeed, the sector needs support. The sector needs to be narrowed down. The fragmentation in the sector has been one of the issues that have slowed down the development in the sector, because WASH is very cardinal in every form.
Yeah. It's important, but you in the market shop.
Not really.
Okay, all right, sir.
Sorry. So the sector is very important, and this is one of the sectors that not many people are really giving attention to. If you go to the hospital, the schools, and especially for our women, so the sector needs support. Like I remember one time at my office, there was no water in the bathroom, and we had a lot of guests at the time. And I told my officer, I said, no, you need to think gas and not water. And what I noticed was that I saw a lot of women using the bathroom at that point. But you not have to say why they women there. So you must keep the bathroom ready at all times.
Yes.
Let there be sufficient water, and the sanitary condition of the bathroom should be in time. So the fact remains that there should be more advocacy, there should be more support.
More support.
I don't know how much is passed in the budget for WASH sector or for WASH commission. But I think our legislators and even the WASH caucus members should advocate more for support. And even these local NGOs and advocacy groups, they should put arms around them to support them so that they can do more advocacy. We need to push the agenda beyond just the ordinary going on radio studio or radio station and going to the community, establishing self-groups.
Okay.
To do more engagement,
Okay.
so that at least our sector can have more relevance and our people's lives can be safe. So let me again commend the guys in studio for the push and the support they continue to give the sector.
Thank you, sir. You sound like an advocate, and I hope you are doing so in your in your community.
Yeah. Surely indeed.
Okay, sir. Thanks for placing in your call. Yes. Sorry for keep holding the line. 0777253819. I take another call. Hello. Yes, sir. Okay, Pastor. Thanks for placing in your call. Okay, sir. Yes, we'll take a few more calls. You got call there?
No.
Okay, so we're announcing numbers again. 0777253819, 0777253819, and
0770-15-12-24. 0770-15-12-24.
Okay, we'll take few more calls and
Yeah,
go
like
back.
what the voice caller said about having guests in a bathroom. They were walking about the last time.
You know, the person should looking for that here. The police station well.
You call me.
Wait,
After we were walking
we
around.
went to the police station. She went creepy in the bathroom and she this there. You gotta pay $50 to get water. Yes.
$50 for gallon.
Yeah, no running water over there.
Yeah.
And when we flag it out, because we're still trying to get enough information,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
When we will actually come in because they are partners to us, so we will try to talk about it. Maybe whether and other people can
Can help,
intervene.
yeah, can help.
That's it.
They
Babe.
really need it.
Yeah, they. All of us, Yeah, thank you for bringing it. I thought on it, but I said no. Let me leave a princess to talk about it. Then she get with the police people because I mean. But on a serious note, it's important. When we talk about watch,
Okay.
yeah, it's not about certain group of people. Everybody,
Everybody.
because the police station is very busy. One of the busiest area. Now people committing crimes. Other things are happening. You drive us, everybody going over there. Everyone is over there. So we will study advocacy. We will talk about this, and it's very, very important. So we got well, let's go back to our guest. I saw you taking notes. I want maybe you want to respond, and you can be responding when calls come in. Then I will tell you.
Start.
Okay, thank you very much. And I think the public has already validated our alarms. The issue that has to do with wash, honestly, it is a very serious thing. So, like you listening to the pastor from Dolotan,
Mm-hmm.
Mike Gibby County. So he gave you something that he himself is affected with, right?
Yeah.
And he told you that yes, indeed, our NGO went there and then aided them, but again, now it is not working. So this is another point of our advocacy, right? In how much we are advocating for this to be established at the community level, we are also advocating and mobilizing the support of community dwellers. That if you access these facilities, own those facilities, and try to take them, like maintain them, that let's play the role of the devil advocate, right? That yet there is nothing here at all. What will I do with what I have right now, right? So I think with a program that the Ministry of Education helped had before, called the Total Community-Led Sanitation. This program teaches community dwellers to own projects that the organization take to them, right?
Okay.
So these are approaches that we are going to align with our partner organizations, that they will be able to make them, even if they are providing everything, they should make them to own it, that they will be able to monitor it. So we cannot have these experiences, because those NGOs, when they come, their project have a duration and they have target. Once their duration has elapsed, they are not going to stay at that place. So what will the community do to maintain those things? And again, like you rightly said, we have to be mindful of our words. People say politically we are going in the community.
Yeah.
But again, they will come back to our bosses and say, oh, we do not have what they have, and they didn't maintain. So we just have to work with them, we are all, like my boss usually say, we are in the learning curve.
Yeah.
So we are all learning, but again, we are really encouraging them. If we get public facility, take good care of that public facility.
Yeah.
And I tell you for free, the best thing to take care of is something that the public access. People don't know. If you come to my house, if I have a public facility like a bathroom to be used, you will not be brave to leave that public facility to go into my bedroom to use my bathroom. So that public facility is the first asset and the point of contact. It is the serious message for your home and your community. So if somebody go, like we don't want to mention that institution before they wait for us here. But in the message, but again, it is something that when you see, we don't criticize. I like the way you guys did it.
Yeah.
You mobilize support.
Yeah.
These are challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Chief, you come in the issue, but this is why I will always admire Water Aid Liberia. because they put in sustainability plan wherever they construct the facilities across. So now it's incumbent, it's on your shoulder as a patriotic Liberian to ensure that place remains in what you say,
Usable
yes,
form.
in service. Yeah. So the people can be watching your
Your
bag.
bag
You
and
have
you're
to
watching your stomach.
watch your stomach.
Mhm.
It shows some sense of being responsible, a patriotic, Liberian or citizen for that matter. Yes, Chief, I know you want to add it.
Yeah, so like the pastor said, we were doing project for Oxfam as well.
Okay.
And one of the challenges we see is that the lack of understanding about the issue about water, sanitation, hygiene. In as much as your human right,
Mhm.
but when you have an understanding that it brings about your own dignity, you know, providing sanitation services. So we're in Bojisi, Oxfam
What is
supply
Bojize?
river service in Mowe district.
Wow.
Yes. Oxfam provided a borehole, supplied the town with water. The people misused the opportunity. The project went to a standstill. And they had to go back to the creek. And when you see where they get water from, Madeline, you feel sorry. I went to that place, Madeline, and it, it just was unimaginable to see Liberians, our own citizens, facing with a huge challenge to access safe drinking water.
Hmm.
You had to walk in the water almost like a mini. The drinking water, you will walk in it, then you have your bucket, you tap the water,
And sometimes with soul food.
whatever the case is, you have to tap the
Oh
water,
my God.
you dip, you bring home, then you cook, you drink.
Mm.
So why do you think we'll be having too much death, too much sicknesses? Because people are, just somehow. So we'll work with the pastor. We'll
Mhm.
come to Unification City. We
Okay.
will try to intervene and see what we can do. And also, the community people must be able to own it.
Yes.
It's about you.
Mhm.
Like for example, what are you provided a toilet facility in what the place in Red Light?
So clinic.
No, Sinking Zero community.
Okay.
They provided a toilet facility for the people. Turn over to the community. The community is managing that currently. They are generating proceeds to do other things in the community. So communities can do it. You own it,
Mm-hmm.
you see it as your own. But most times in Liberia, when people don't put their own money into things, they don't take it serious. So we need to provide the kind of education to our people that they must see it's not because somebody else is giving the money, but it is because of you that
Yeah.
money comes.
The people, come, they help us, they build roads. They come and help construct, facilities that will bring,
Yeah, that will benefit you.
will benefit. Then you
Just
sit
bring your own
down.
car.
Yeah,
You
you
feel
sit down,
comfortable,
you
you go
allow
use
it.
the bathroom, you feel comfortable, you have access to safe drinking water, you feel comfortable, you have good hygiene practices going on. Your health is your wealth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you don't look at it that way, that's the problem we have. So the issue about watch visibility, we need to look at it seriously. In the county at the local level.
Mhm.
We're just talking about Monserrato. What happens in the leeward counties? Those far to reach distances. How are the people managing? They are resorting to the creeks and other places for water. So financing is important.
Yeah, Chief. Just hold on, me squeezing this caller. Hello.
The pastor, I call from Unification City.
Yes, sir.
Please contact so that we'll be able to send him a number. Let me send him a number to me so that we'll be able to talk. We'll be able to bring that to
What you do? What you do for me, Pastor? Just text me your name and your number on this number. Then I will share with them. Yeah. Okay. So let me read this message quick before going to Mr. They're going to say, "Good morning, Magdalene. I appreciate your studio guest this morning for the WASH program. I am Ezekiel E. Johnson, joining this program from Transit, from a comfort resident in Transit Community, Lower Margibi. My community have not yet benefited from these programs. You guys, please try to decentralize this program across Liberia." Well, okay, let me say it again. Yeah, that's the same text. Yeah. I mean, I also want a journalist, usually call, I don't know whether he's the one from Margibi, said they do not have these services there. And sometimes he says so passionately, I wish I could just, intervene as a person, but well,
So that is why we're working with our representatives, who are the direct representative of the people. So
okay.
every district somehow will feel an impact, from the workings of this caucus, because there are still ongoing signing of the pledge card.
Mm-hmm.
So like the WASH caucus members sign on to a pledge card, a commitment
Mm-hmm.
that is signed out to that they will work to ensure people have access. So at the district level, they will also work to ensure that the district funds that comes, there must be allocation for this service provision in the community. So yesterday
Okay.
we worked with them in that direction. But we'll get to the community. We can cover everywhere, but
Mm-hmm.
at least we'll try to provide the information, and then we see what we can intervene.
Oh,
So
yeah. So yeah, we are closing now. We got 2 more
yeah.
minutes to go. No question again, Princess. I'm sorry. And yes, we have to go. We gotta go. And yes, we cannot, get a party comments from you. And really, we had a one time, maybe like 30 seconds each of you.
Okay, so thank you. It's been a wonderful time. So
Okay.
we appreciate, and like we rightly said, from the level of our bosses, offices, we are going to support WASH, and the pledge card sign, we are going to work
Okay.
towards that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right.
I'd just like to say thank you, Magdalene, for hosting us, and also a big thanks to Water Aid for also providing the support that we need, and as well as members of the caucus and our executive director, Mr. Tumede Player. Thank you for the time.
Okay. Yes, on that note, this is how we come to the end of Her Voice radio program, brought to you by Water Aid Liberia, aired on Truth FM 96.1. My name is Magdalene Fenasai, and along with Princess Zuza. Princess, you want to call your own name? All right, that's wonderful.
Somebody's
So next coming up is the news summary from the News and Current Affairs Department here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated.
Take back your child.
okay.
18 years ago, a news center was bred, charged to collect balanced, credible, and accurate news and information. A task tested and proven to be a world-class example of news presentation where truths are told